Okay, let's start on the bottom of page 31 on your 1.1e notes. We are going to add a step to our to-do list. So find some space to write your to-do list. Now, the first thing we're going to do is distribute. Whenever you see parentheses, you need to distribute. Then we're going to go back to the to-do list we had before. We're going to collect like terms, just like we did before. The third thing we're going to do is undo addition and subtraction. And then I'm going to squeeze 4 in here. 4 is undo multiplication and division. So that's our to-do list for these kind of problems. This is eventually going to get longer. So let's look at number 6 again on page 31, the bottom of page 31. I'm going to rewrite this. Okay, distribute means to take the number that is bumped up right against the parentheses and multiply it by each term inside. So we're going to take negative 2 times x, which is negative 2x. Negative 2 times positive 1 is negative 2. So we distributed. There are no like terms to collect, so we can skip step 2. Now we're going to undo addition and subtraction. It says minus 2, so I'm going to use the inverse operation, and I'm going to add 2 to each side. So I have negative 2x equals 10. Then my last step is undoing any multiplication and division. I have negative 2 times x, so I'm going to divide to get x alone. So I have x alone over here. 10 divided by negative 2 is negative 5. Okay, let's go to number 7, please. 13 equals negative 3 quantity x minus 4 minus 8. So my first step is always to distribute. So I have 13 equals negative 3 times x, which is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 4, a negative times a negative is a positive. And I'm going to bring that negative 8 down. Make sure you copy everything. That's a common place to make mistakes. Now I'm going to go to step 2, collect like terms. So my constants are like here. So I'm going to rewrite that and squeeze that down. 12 minus 8 is 4. Now I'm on step 3, undo any addition and subtraction. So I'm going to subtract 4 from each side. 13 minus 4 is 9 equals negative 3x. Make sure you copy the sign. I'm going to divide by 3x, or negative 3x. Take that negative sign with you, or negative 3. So x is negative 3. All right, we're moving right along. Number 8. So I have 5 plus 2 times the quantity of 3a minus 1 equals 15. So again, we have to distribute first. I'm going to bring down the 5. 2 times 3a is 6a. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Bring down that 15. We're going to combine our constants. So 5 and negative 2 together is 3. We're going to undo this adding 3 because it's positive. So we're going to subtract 3. So 6a is equal to 15 minus 3, which is 12. Now we are going to undo that multiplication by dividing each side by 6. So a is 2. Okay, so number 9, that has a fraction, and my first reaction is to clear. But since this is half and these are both even numbers in here, I'm just going to distribute by taking half of each of those instead of trying to clear the fraction. So half of 2t is 1t, or t. Half of 4, or 4 divided by 2, is 2. So in this case, it's a lot easier not to clear. So now I'm going to undo this addition by subtracting 2 from each side, and I already have t is negative 10. So in this case, it was way less time consuming not to clear. All right. Let me see. We have 2 more to do in this part of 1.1. We're going to do this in 2 parts. We'll do word problems alone. So let's go to number 10. Wow, we got a lot going on here. So I have x over 3 plus x minus 2 over 5 equals 6. Well, I think that I'm going to clear. And it's a little complex to get everything to have the same denominator. In order to clear, we have to find a common denominator between 3 and 5, the least common multiple, which is 15. We'll copy down that 6. So when you think about how you got from 3 to 15, you multiplied by 5. So what you do to the denominator, you need to do to the numerator. So 5 times x is just 5x. Okay? So how'd you get from 5 to 15? Well, you multiplied by 3. And here's the tricky part. When you multiply something 2 terms like this, you have to put them in parentheses with the 3 on the outside. So I have 3 times the quantity of x minus 2. Okay? Are you with me? So, clear this, if I can write. I'm going to multiply everything by 15. So that's gone. So I have 5x plus 3 times the quantity of x minus 2, and then 6 times 15 is 90. Okay? Now it looks a little easier to manage. So now we're going to go back to our to-do list, and we're going to distribute first. So I'm going to bring down my 5x. I have 3 times x, which is 3x. 3 times negative 2, which is negative 6, equals 90. Let's combine the x's. So I have 8x minus 6 equals 90. Now we undo addition and subtraction. We have minus 6, so we're going to add 6. So I have 8x equals 96. So now I'm going to divide each side by 8, and that gives you x equals 12. Okay, one last one and we're done. So I have 14 equals 5 minus 3 times the quantity of x minus 2. Okay, so this one's here for a good reason. When you distribute, you have to distribute the negative 3. Super important. So I have 14 equals 5. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 2 is 6. I'm going to add those like terms together. 14 equals negative 3x plus 11. Now I'm going to undo this addition by subtracting 11 from both sides. And now I'm going to divide each side to undo that multiplication, and I'm going to bring the negative sign with me. So x is negative 1. All right, that's all for today.